Okay, all right.
Right. Is this thing on? Is it recording? Let's see. All right, I think we're good. All
Sweet.
right, hi. How's it going?
It's good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Um, I'm Channing or Matthew Chan on Facebook or whatever. What's your name?
My name is Robert.
Robert. Okay, great. Robert Ross, right?
That's
Bob
right.
Ross.
Also known as Bob Ross. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So I found your album early this morning on Bandcamp, and I've been listening to it on repeat. And I've been finding a lot of similar sounding stuff to some of my favorite bands, and really enjoying it. And some of those bands are Rat-a-Tat. Um,
Right.
I'm hearing some influence from like Ariel Ping's Haunted Graffiti a little bit.
hmm
Um, a little Feed Me Jack,
That's
which have
right.
you ever heard of them?
Oh yeah, I was in Feed Me Jack.
Oh, you were.
Yes, I played guitar in Feed Me Jack.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. That's one of my favorite bands too. I love
I'm glad
them.
to hear that. That's great.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's like it's like dance club music, but there's also a lot of nods to math rock in there, and
Mhm.
it's just lots of like electronic sound and stuff, and it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it, and just wanted to ask you a few things.
I'm sorry, the doorbell just rang. What was that?
Oh, it's cool. Do you need to get it?
No, my girlfriend's gonna go in through the door. I think it's
Okay.
just a. Sounds like it's a delivery of some kind.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so I just want to ask you a couple questions because
Sure.
the you're because bobbing is like a fairly newer project, and I
Yeah,
haven't found a lot of info about
it's
it.
about a year old now.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, I
Uh,
put out my first EP in July of last year.
cool. Yeah, I remember that one, but you know, I did listen to. I remember listening to it and liking it, but this this new album mixtape has really made a big impression on me.
That's awesome. So glad to hear that.
Yeah. So tell me about your life as a musician and how you started out playing music.
So I started playing music like from a pretty early age since I came from a musical family. My dad plays, he sings the blues and plays guitar and harmonica and stuff, and always kind of kept music around. And also my extended family, there's a few professional musicians. So it's definitely always been something I've been into. And I got into making my own music when I asked my mom when I was a kid for Christmas or my birthday or something to get me music making software. And I was thinking something like Sibelius or something you can notate with because I wanted to like compose music. But she didn't know exactly what she was buying at like Best Buy or whatever. And so she came home with this really early DAW called Sony Acid Music Studio, and then that's how I got into like home recording from there. And yeah, just been kind of doing that since, and also playing in bands too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, yeah, I haven't worked with a lot of different um, DAWs or anything like that. I had an old punk band that we recorded with DAT tapes or whatever they're called.
Oh, ADAT, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
so funny.
yeah.
That's like
So
prehistoric.
what was that?
That's like prehistoric.
Oh yeah. Um, let's see. Yeah. You were talking about you know you wanted to compose music, and this mixtape album is very layered. It sounds like a composition. Uh, what are your musical influences?
Well, I mean, I've drawn influences from all over. Um, but I guess some of my earliest influences were like like I won't go super early, but like when I was in high school, I really liked listening to uh, the more melodic math rock bands like Maps and Atlases
Uh,
and your uh, I'm drawing a blank here, but kind of stuff along those lines. And then I was also into like kind of like post-hardcore music, like later RX Bandits or like At the Drive-In or stuff like that, and like Finch and stuff like that. And when I got into college, I started listening to more like hip hop and electronic and experimental music, and just kind of branching. And um, I mean, I like everything. I like pop. I like technical music. I like, and everything in between.
I can tell, man. There's so much in this mixtape album that you blend together, uh, and there's a lot of funk. I hear like a lot of funk influence, and like you said, like rap and hip hop, um, dream pop. You
Yeah,
know,
I like.
um,
I've
it's
been on a really big like year-long like disco and boogie kick, and
yeah,
I've been just really drawing a lot of influence from like kind of like Nile Rodgers type, like super plucky rhythmic guitar.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Um, let's see. Tell me about how bobbing started.
I started making my own tunes pretty like focused on doing that when I was uh, without a band. I had been in Femi Jack for up until 2016, I think is when we broke up, or maybe, yeah, 2016. And then uh, I kind of didn't really have like a super cohesive or clear idea what I was going to do. And I ended up just, pursuing different uh, little songs that like didn't really pan out, and also like playing in bands and stuff, and not really knowing exactly what kind of focused avenue I go down. And then in like 20 by 2019, earlier in 20 last year, I had like enough songs that made sense to pull together as a, as like an EP that sounded like the songs fit together, because I had a lot of material that was kind of all all over the map,
Mhm.
like some like noise stuff, some like kind of more like what you would call like typical like math rock stuff, like like sounds like a band in a room, versus like, and then I had like some super electric stuff and like electronic stuff. And um, I just kind of had these, like the songs that ended up being on my first release just happened to all materialize kind of at the same time. So I just put that out, and have been trying to pull more stuff together since then.
Do you find that it's easier to make music solo or in a band?
Oh, it's for sure easier to make music solo, because you get to, you know, I mean, it is and it isn't, but it mostly is, because you get to just make all the creative decisions.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to take that, do you?
No, no.
Okay, cool.
Um, yeah, I'm sorry. You said it's easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like super easy. Well, not easy. It's not easy to make music, but it's like it's easy to. It's much easier to make decisions and run with them, and kind
Right.
of go off on a limb, and like really pursue like one idea that just ends up not working. But at least you like kind of saw it through, and then sometimes you do end up on this really weird thread that does sound cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
it depends on like how available you are when it comes to like making music with people or not making music with people, like how like open you are to, you know, just like I said, just going down tangents, you know, with a creative partner. Like it can it can be super magical and awesome because it's like something that neither parties really expected was going to happen. So, but yeah, I'd say it's easier kind of just doing your own thing.
yeah,
It gets a lot of, you know, makes things a lot simpler.
yeah. I can understand that for sure. Um, what are your goals for bobbing? Are you just trying to jam in your free time and like maybe play some local shows, or do you want to tour the world with bobbing?
Oh yeah, I want to, you know, just take it as far as it can, I suppose. You know, show it to whom, as many people who like weird technical ADHD pop as is possible. You know, yeah, it would be really fun to tour. Obviously, that's not an option right now, but I've played. I pulled together a band for one show for bobbing, and it was really fun. And yeah, there's nothing more I would I would love nothing more than to, you know, tour. So
So
it'll happen one day.
yeah, so the studio musicians that are listed on the Bandcamp page, um, or are those the one-time people that play the show, or
Yeah, those are my friends. A couple of them played that show with me. Yeah, um, and also another member. A couple of them are like former members of Fumi Jack, so
okay,
it was kind of easy to pull stuff together.
okay, but they're not permanent members.
I mean, I'd like to keep playing with them, yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess is whoever I can convince to play in a band with me. I'll get along with, yeah. Yeah, I have kind of a network of friends, musician friends, who we all record on each other's tracks and um, get together and record just to do it.
Kind of like an informal collective.
Like an informal collective. Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay, well, that's cool, man. Well, is there anything specific that you're trying to convey through this project, or you just trying to get your stuff out there and just like make music for the fun of making music?
Yeah, music and like not to sound too corny, but just like positivity. I like to, you know, I just like there to I like to project positivity through enjoying music, you know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good.
but I mean, not to knock, you know, darker genres or styles of music making. I just, yeah, that's just kind of what if I'm thinking about anything beyond just music, it's like just kind of projecting positivity.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's cool. I'm definitely getting a lot of positive vibes from mixtape, and
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I've been playing it all day, and I want to play
Awesome. Yeah.
3 tracks from it here right now during the interview for the people that are listening. So just so they can, in case they don't get a chance later to hear it, because it's just amazing. I love it. This I'm gonna play 8, 9, and 10 because they're all
Okay.
so short,
Yeah.
and then you can see how most of the tracks bleed into each other. I really like that. There are some breaks where it doesn't sound like that, but
Right.
um, a
Yeah. I
lot of
couldn't
them,
make it all work.
yeah,
I tried to make the whole thing work, but at some points I
yeah,
was just like, okay, screw it.
yeah. A lot of them, it's just like most of the song is an intro, and then it kind of sounds more like a regular song at the end, which is cool too for some reason. But here, I'll go ahead and play those song right now. Can you hear that? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
That was fucking awesome. All right.
All right.
Yeah, man, that was awesome, man. I think that's like my favorite section of the
That's
album right
that's
there.
cool. That's cool. I'm curious. Like, what are people's like favorite little chunks? Because I feel
Yeah,
like it really kind of like picks up in like the second half. Personally,
yeah,
maybe that's just my bias or something. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah.
Is that
I'm glad you liked it, man.
Is that you singing? All like
Yeah, that's me.
okay,
Hmm.
cool. Yeah, man, that's so good. I'm really loving it, man. Uh,
Thank you.
well, was there anything else that you wanted to mention?
Well, it's funny you mentioned singing because I'll just like give you like a little funny side note about
Yeah.
uh, music in that section. There was the second track um, when um, when the like fuzz guitar comes in like dun 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 dun
Uh-huh.
um, what had happened was I had like this super corny auto-tuned vocal melody doing that
Oh
for
yeah.
basically like 90% of the life of that song. And then I was like showing it, I was showing the mixtape to all my like close musician friends, and like everyone was like, what the heck is that? Get that out of there. I don't like that. Like that was the like that was the one thing that people were like, dude, what are you doing? Like so I ended up just uh like replacing it like kind of last, it was kind of like one of the last things I tracked was that little like fuzz guitar solo.
Uh, I'll have to. I'm gonna watch out for that next time I listen to
Yeah.
it.
Just imagine uh, some overly emotional auto tune singing instead of that.
Oh, okay. So it's not in there.
It's
You
not in,
had a
no, I
vocal part
replaced
in
it.
there, but you cut it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
I get it. That's funny.
yeah,
Everyone hated it. Well,
very 180.
well. Thank you for talking with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you hit me up. I'm super stoked that you wanted to hear about my music.
Yeah, man. I'm really digging it, and I was I was just really surprised that um, I heard Feed Me Jack influences in that, and I didn't know that you were in that band. And I don't know, that just kind of makes me think I have a really good ear for music.
I'm thinking you do too. Yeah.
Not to be egotistical, but
No, I mean clearly
music is kind of my life.
yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty
That's fucking awesome, man. I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay following this project, um, and I'm really glad that I found this. Uh, when did you release it? Like, what time did you release this? Was it this? Was it like
cool.
last night or?
I was trying to make it at midnight,
Yeah.
and I think in every time zone you can set it. There's an option with the distro service that I use, but it got botched somehow. It went, or maybe my time zone was wrongly reported. Anyways, basically, I was just chilling last night and then noticed that it went live on Spotify at like 9 p.m. So it's just like, oh, it's out. But it was supposed to be on at I guess midnight last night.
Cool, man. Well,
Whatever, it's out.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's out now, and I think it's going to get really popular. I hope it's going to.
Oh,
I'm going to
thank
share it as much as
you.
I can. I'm going to post this up on my website, and I'm trying to write a review about it, but I'm having a little trouble, but I'll get it done.
It's a lot. It's a lot of music.
Yeah, there's so much to cover. It's like jam packed full of goodness.
Thanks.
All right. Well,
It was
I'll
good
let
to
you
meet you.
go, and really want to thank you again for doing this interview, and
Oh yeah, thank you.
really hope that this project goes as far as you want it to go.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, I'll talk to you some other time.
All
Bye.
right, bye.